You're lying to yourself if you think ICE is backing off, because today ICE just shut down the police headquarters. Not metaphorically, literally exposed a cop in uniform who wasn't even legal to be in this country. And it gets worse, from airports to protests to blood on American highways. What you're about to see is proof the entire system has been infiltrated.
Breaking news out of Old Orchard Beach. A police officer there has been arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. ICE's Enforcement and Removal Operations Unit in Boston says John Luke Evans was picked up in Biddeford after he illegally tried to buy a gun in Maine. ICE says Evans is from Jamaica and that he came here legally in 2023 but overstayed his visa. During the arrest, they say he told ICE agents he was trying to buy the gun to use as part of his employment as a police officer. You can see Evans here in a post from the Old Orchard Beach Police Department back in June as they welcomed 6 new reserve officers, saying the group had recently graduated from the Maine Criminal Justice Academy's Law Enforcement Pre-Service Program. ICE is coming down on Old Orchard Beach PD, saying in part, we have a police department that was knowingly breaking the very law they are charged with enforcing in order to employ an illegal alien. Old Orchard Police Chief Elise Chard is pushing back against ICE. She says Evans completed federal work authorization forms and that U.S. Department of Homeland Security verified that Evans was cleared to work in the U.S. Chief Chard also points out that under Maine law, non-citizen residents are allowed to work in law enforcement. Under Maine law, non-citizen residents are allowed to work in law enforcement. Under Maine law,
non-citizen residents are allowed to work in law enforcement.
Now, this man was wearing a badge, trained in law enforcement, celebrated by the department, even passed federal work forms. But he was illegal the entire time? You think this is just a glitch in the system? Nah, man, this seems to be the system. This is what sanctuary enforcement looks like when you get comfortable. Still waiting on more details to come out from this, but I will say, they say nobody's above the law. But how do you enforce laws when the legals are the law? Now, if you think that's a one-off mistake, let me show you the body count of these mistakes and what they leave behind.
An illegal migrant now facing deportation after allegedly driving while intoxicated and killing 2 Wisconsin teenagers in a fatal car crash. And according to local reports, this is not the migrant's first run-in with the law. Back in 2020, she was convicted of drunk driving, and DHS has issued a detainer for the Honduran national's arrest and removal from the U.S., but says the sanctuary jurisdiction has a history of not complying with their requests.
These sanctuary jurisdictions just makes it safe for criminal illegal aliens to roam our neighborhoods. So ICE is dedicated. We will ensure that this drunk driver who killed 2 American teenage citizens will not be released back into the community to harm someone again.
I think what really stands out is the fact that she had been convicted, I think you said, of drunk driving in 2020. So she should have been removed from this country under any sane or sensible policy with that conviction. But instead, she's in a sanctuary city where they prioritize politics ahead of public safety. And these 2 young people are dead because of it. And it's so shameful. And what's even worse about it is even with this tragedy, if it were up to this sanctuary city, they'd release her back into the United States, which is just remarkable to me. It's so stunning, and it just shows really what was going on, not only during the Biden administration, but also some of these sanctuary cities, which thankfully the Trump administration is taking the fight to the sanctuary cities, by doing multiple things to prevent other things like this from happening again. But no parent should have to go through this. No friend should have to go through this. And this was a preventable tragedy, like you said, which makes it even worse.
Exactly. 2 kids, prom night, gone. Killed by someone who had already been convicted of drunk driving in 2020. She should have been deported, right? But because of sanctuary policy, she obviously got to stay. And now 2 American families are burying their children. You tell me. What exactly are these sanctuary cities for? And just when you think that's as tragic as it gets, the next father has to beg his own governor to even respond.
An illegal immigrant convicted of killing 2 in a high-speed crash is in ICE custody. The twice deported illegal was drinking while driving at a high speed, nearly 100 miles an hour, when he hit this 19-year-old couple, killing them in the wreck. So, Anatoly, tell me this. This guy was deported twice, and then they finally convict this guy, but he doesn't serve his full sentence at all.
That's the problem with the system here in California.
So, sir, how do you feel about these sanctuary cities? Because they say this protects the community, but that's not true. You know that from your personal experience, right?
It doesn't no way near to protecting the community. It's outrageous, and we are angry here.
You know, sir, we're showing pictures of your beautiful daughter right here, so I can understand the righteous anger that you have right now. I'm curious, have you received a call from the governor? Because, you know, it's their sanctuary policies that is causing this.
That's the problem. It took an enormous effort from the families to get at least some information. And we have been trying to contact Governor Newsom and the California General Attorney, Rob Bonta, Jeff McComber from California Department of Corrections. And all the sanctuary stuff, it's a piece of, I don't have words to describe that.
You want to talk about voices being silenced? This man's daughter was murdered, and Gavin Newsom won't even take his call. That illegal had already been deported, not once, but twice. But guess who let him back in? Guess who ignored ICE, the ICE detainer? Democrat leaders. And we know Democrat leaders love to tweet when something systematic happens. But this man lost his child. And they call it complicated policy. And it's not just negligence anymore. It's turning violent inside ICE's own walls. Let me go ahead and peel this back for y'all. Illegal alien who was released into the U.S. by the Biden admin charged after attempting to stab ICE agents. You don't just attack ICE agents with scissors unless you're bold enough to believe you probably can get away with it. You won't be deported in some capacity. And guess what? This man had already been released under Biden's catch and release policy. This is what happens when veteran becomes racist. Right? This is what happens when criminal aliens are told you're safe here. We're watching the consequences of open border ideology, not just on paper, but with blood on the floor. And if you think that was extreme, ICE Houston is tracking something even darker, something the media definitely will not cover.
President Trump's immigration crackdown continues, with ICE agents in Houston, Texas, reporting more than 200 migrants apprehended by this field office alone are child sex offenders. 214 people detained by ICE in Houston over the last 6 months have either been charged with or convicted of child sex crimes. The press release from ICE says the arrest number over the past 6 months surpassed the amount of child sex offenders nabbed by the office in all of 2024. The office crediting the federal government's increase of resources. The acting field office director says while we still have a long way to go to truly get this crisis under control, the strides we have made in just 6 months to make our local communities safer are substantial, and our officers continue to work tirelessly every day to get the worst of the worst criminal aliens out of Southeast Texas. President Trump's immigration crackdown
214 in just 6 months. She said that's more than all of 2024 combined. And yet the mainstream says Trump's ICE is too aggressive. How many child predators have to get caught before someone admits that Trump's enforcement is working? You know what's too aggressive? Protecting pedophiles in the name of political correctness. ICE isn't just arresting predators. They're also cleaning up the streets where agitators once thought they were, let's say, untouchable.
Get the fuck back!
It just makes absolutely no sense. These aren't protesters. These are violent agitators who threatened a journalist just weeks prior to be covered. I mean, in Portland, they've been at this every day. And of course, this time ICE didn't wait for permission. They did what local Portland police refused to do. Sanctuary cities didn't just invite illegals, they gave them a shield. But that shield is cracking. And ICE is letting them know your little circle of protection isn't bulletproof anymore. Now, speaking of panic, let's go to Charleston, where even rumors of ICE caused absolute chaos.
You ready to go? They coming. They coming. Hey, you better go. Y'all better go ahead. Hey, sorry. Motherfuckers. Look. He looking in the fucking van. That white dude. That fucking van. Yeah. Which way do I go? Hey, yeah. Turn around. You're gonna have to turn around. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Let me see. Back room? Yeah. Go. Pero si no. Bueno. Shit. Derecho? No, para acá. Okay. Perdón, no sabe. Allá. Ando. Yes, and the big mom, I'll be in the van with the river guys. Yeah, let's get the fuck in. Yes. Good. Wait, no way! Wait, no! I can't see the light. I can't see. Dale. Hey, you have to go real quick because yeah. If they close it, yeah. If they close the road. They fuck you, everybody. Slow. A little bit. There's too much weight in here for both guys. Yeah, it's too much weight. We're gonna fucking flip over. Derecho? Sí, derecho. Diéndele a la verga. Yeah. Fuck that light. Yeah, fuck that light. Go. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck the bitch. I got my viejos, see? I got my viejos. My viejos. All right, my viejos aquí, no problem. them motherfuckers.
No sirens, no uniforms, just a whisper of ice nearby. And man, we're running like it was wartime. You ever wonder why people run if they're legal? This is what Democrats don't want on TV. They'll say ISIS terrorizing communities, but the truth is illegal labor is built on fear, fraud, and silence. Makes absolutely no sense. And for the final clip, let's go airborne. Because not even the skies are safe from the reach of federal justice.
This is an immigration. This is an immigration. This is an immigration.
Now, according to this post, he landed a plane and in minutes, ICE had him in custody. This is federal coordination at the highest level, if this is true. The Biden administration obviously tried to downplay ICE, but ICE isn't just back there getting bolder. From pilots to police, man, they're hauling out entire illegal networks and doing what Joe Biden and Kamala was too weak to do. As I say, this isn't about race. It's not even about politics at this point. It's about protecting sovereignty, the sovereignty of our country. Before, there's nothing else left to protect. Now, if you want open borders and weak enforcement, keep voting blue. If you want safety, order, and accountability, you know where we stand. Team Think. Y'all the sharpest audience on the internet. Make sure y'all follow me on X and Rumble right now, where I post daily, unfiltered. And don't forget the Team Think 4 Times Club. And I have to say the inspiration came by suggestion from one of you. And today, I have to add that this is something that was started by Doug and Exile, actually. I have to give proper credit where credit is due. Yeah, I'm not somebody, so I appreciate the inspiration and things of that nature. And I'm listening to y'all. I do read the comments. So, yeah, I want y'all to know I'm paying attention. I'm going to shout out to a few members today, as I always say. Terry Lynn, 714, I'm sorry. Been an amazing supporter, always showing love and sharing so much with me. We got J Dub, 6345. Shout out to you. We also have Jesus_is_my_spotter. And they wrote, you and your channel have come so far. Started watching to see you transform. Now I watch to be informed. Look, man, I see y'all. And I appreciate y'all. I never stop fighting to bring the truth to the light. Y'all be safe. Please go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.